Hello, this is Susan from Skills4exams, and this is a new episode of my series Elements of Speaking. In the series, we explore the various features of speaking performance which will help you or your students become more articulate, flexible language-wise, and better equipped for exams. Today's episode is a response to something I noticed time and again in Speaking Part 2. When students look at a photo and say things like, maybe she's a teacher, or she must be tired, and then stop right there. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but to reach the higher bands, you'll need to go beyond what you see, beyond what is safe guess, and really speculate with style. Strong candidates don't just say what they see, they offer ideas, possibilities, reasoning, and even potential outcomes. So, how can you make your speculation more stylish and therefore advanced? I've put together some really useful techniques that you can practice. First, use modal verbs of possibility. Modal verbs are the most obvious yet essential tool for speculation, and they shouldn't be underestimated. They allow you to express different degrees of certainty and make your speech more nuanced. At the same time, they're a great way to demonstrate grammatical range. Practicing different structures after modal verbs like infinitives, continuous or perfect forms shows you're in control of both meaning and form. Second, use a broader range of speculative phrases. While modal verbs lay the foundation, fluent speakers make use of a wider toolkit of speculative expressions. These help you vary tone and show the examiner you can think beyond the obvious. Let's group them in three practical categories. A. Visual speculation. These are perfect for part 2 when describing a photo. These show that you are interpreting visual clues, not just stating facts. B. Cautious speculation. These phrases help soften your ideas and sound appropriately tentative. C. Confident speculation. Use these to sound assertive but still open-minded. Note that confidence is good, but only when it is supported. You need to balance assertive language with some sound reasoning. Which brings me to my next point. Adding reasoning and context is what makes your speculation stand out. A simple justification shows you're engaging with the image, using clues, and building discourse. Start with speculation. For example, they could be colleagues, and end with explanation, judging by their formal clothes and the laptops in front of them. Using speculative language is only part of the job. What sets advanced candidates apart is the ability to justify what they're saying by offering visual clues, logical reasoning, and some general knowledge. Let's look at some other examples here. Using justification helps you demonstrate discourse management. Your ideas are linked and developed, not just listed, and cognitive depth. You're interpreting, not just describing. And a final tip. Zoom out, or in other words, offer a bigger picture. One key difference between lower and higher level candidates lies in the depth of their thinking. For instance, looking at this picture, a B1 level student might simply describe the scene. They are using their phones. But a C1 or C2 speaker goes further as they step back, reflect, and offer more abstract or culturally relevant insights. For example, you could say, they could be avoiding conversation, they might have had an argument earlier. Or, it makes me think of how we sometimes feel connected through technology, but also isolated. These kinds of comments show your pragmatic awareness, the ability to make inferences, and a willingness to engage with the clues, not just describe visuals. So, my final thought is, speculation at higher levels is to some extent about how far you can take it. Every guess can be a springboard for a bigger idea, a personal reflection, or a thoughtful conclusion. The more logically and clearly you develop your idea, the more confident, fluent and competent you sound. So, next time you see a picture, don't just guess, but speculate with style. I hope this was useful. Practice these tips with your study buddies and see you in the next episode.